Hi everybody.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah, episode 2. So, what have you been since we last chatted?
We're okay. Was a little frustrated today. I needed to get this jacket hemmed, and I needed another jacket dry cleaned because everything I own is covered in cat hair. And so the tailor that I usually go to isn't there anymore. So I had to look up a new one on MapQuest, and so I just picked like whichever one happened to be closest that in the title said that it did both tailoring and dry cleaning, because not all of them said that. And I wanted to make sure I was going to the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to the place, and it's this little hole in the wall, and I go in there, and I wait like a minute awkwardly, clearing my throat trying to get someone to come out. And this woman comes out, and she didn't speak English, and I was trying, or if she did, it was very limited.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to say, I need this dry clean and I need this hemmed. And she's like, hold on.
But she couldn't figure out, though, that you wanted the...
I'm like, this dry clean, and she's like... And she said something, I couldn't really understand what it was, and finally she took out her cell phone and called this other guy. It's like, hold on a second. Called this other guy who did speak English. And I was trying to tell him, I have this jacket I want to be dry cleaned, another jacket that I need to be hemmed. And he's like, our tailor's not there.
Well, obviously, there was no one there but this woman who couldn't speak English.
Well, that doesn't mean she can't hem or doesn't know how to sew. I mean,
but why would they leave her?
And then she kept on pointing to this sign that's like says that they'll be closed on the 14th. They said that doesn't matter. I need this before the 14th anyway, so that's okay. And then finally, when they told me that the tailor wasn't there, I'm like, well, what's the point of me being here? So I left, had to go back to my room, back on MapQuest. This time I got like 2 different addresses in case one didn't work out. Drove to one. It was in a sketchy neighborhood. I'm like, the sign doesn't say tailoring, so I like drove by and went to the second one. And it took me an hour to finally get to the tailor. It took me like 5 seconds to tell her what I wanted, and she's like, oh, okay. You want it for next Thursday? Yeah, okay, fine. And then another half hour for me to get back on a supposedly 10-minute trip. I don't know how that worked, but I have to do the same thing next Thursday.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about somebody who can't speak English there again.
Yeah, she was very nice there.
Well, that's good. But,
I felt bad for her, though, because she was trying to juggle the phone and me at the same time. But she did it. Thank you.
Thank you, whoever
you are, thanks.
Yeah, so... Oh, man. So, I can't wait for this weekend. I don't know about you, but this weekend is, well, it's pretty much like the biggest party that we go to all year. It's a great costume party, and...
it's going to be huge.
It's,
epic.
It's gonna be a big mess. We're wondering if we might actually do a before the party blog also to sort of let you guys see how we get, I guess, how we get ready.
Yeah.
So and then next week you're not going to be here.
Well, at least not the weekend.
At least not next weekend.
I'm going home Thursday, home meeting Jersey, to go to the airport to go to Boston for an interview for school. So wish me luck. I'm hoping to go for a PsyD in psychology.
That's, well...
clinical psych, so wish me luck.
They've already accepted you. Now it's just a matter of you going there to be interviewed.
They didn't accept me. They selected me for interview.
Oh, okay.
Which means I met mission requirements.
They just have to make sure you're not crazy.
They have to make sure I'm not crazy. I also have to whittle it down. I mean, there's like this many people.
X amount of spots.
This many people, this amount of spots, much like the acting industry. So they kind of have to whittle us down and see who can work well in the group, who can't, all that stuff. Just got to know us.
I'll be doing nothing.
You'll be rooting me on.
I'll be cheering for you. I'll be there in spirit because I didn't get to go on this trip myself.
I'm sorry, but my parents think it would be weird. I'll Twitter you.
Thank you.
I'll Twitter.
That's our new thing. I've learned the joys of twittering, of
No
tweeting.
one's reading it, but we Twitter.
But it's great. And I just sit there, and now I'm trying to get every single person I know to get a Twitter, and I'm like recruiting people because it's wonderful. I sit there and I do it, and it's like I don't know, it just consumes my life now. I sit there and I feel like an awful person because I'm not talking to people anymore. Now I'm just sitting there twittering to people.
Yeah, if we keep this up, there'll be no reason for us to talk anymore.
Yeah, but so
I feel
while I was twittering, because I live on the Perez Hilton website, it's great. Who needs news anymore? You just sit there and you watch that. It's fine. The issues with Chris Brown and Rianna are escalating more by the day, and it's a great story.
You think it would be over after he beat her, but no.
No, because now they're together again, supposedly.
Okay.
Some people are saying they're engaged. Some people are saying that they've already been married, so that she can't testify against him. You've been beat. You have had the beat down. Why do you want to not testify against this man?
A lot of people, when they get beat by their significant other, believe that, it's for a reason.
It's love.
It's not,
he loves me.
He loves me. I made him do this. I can never live without him. I'm no good. No other man would want me. It's a lot of psychological issues that keep a woman...
It's a lot of bull crap that people have to, live through in their head. It's terrible.
I know, it's terrible. No one should go through it, but it happens, and hopefully we can get this sorted out without anyone bruises.
Because they've released the list of all the, the rundown of what happened that night in the car.
How is he not in a holding cell? If they know so much of what happened, how is he not arrested?
I don't know. I hope that she either comes to her senses or something's done so that it doesn't, escalate any further.
Seriously.
Because it's just a shame, and I feel bad for this poor girl,
Speaking of poor things, this 20-year-old man got arrested. Police saw him sitting outside of his home smoking pot from a hose and a small little box that he made into a bong. And when they looked into the box, they found a 6-month-old cat. The cat was apparently hyper, and he thought the pot might calm it down, so it stuck it into this bong. And the cat's okay. Its name is Shadow.
Shadow.
And I'm sure Shadow, when it's well, will be adopted by someone who's read the article. But what was he thinking? Thank God he wasn't into uppers.
Well, that wouldn't have really helped the cat at all.
Because then the cat would take a nap, you would give it a line of coke, and its eyeballs would have shot out of its head.
I mean, I understand. I do understand why he would do it if he was already high, and the cat was, running around back and forth.
Cats do that, though.
But when you're high, maybe he thought it was an okay thing to do.
And now he'll be known forever as that kid who put a cat in a bong. Congratulations.
Yeah, I guess.
And I've seen pictures of him. He looks like the type of guy who
would
do
put
that.
A cat inside of a bong. I don't know. I don't think I would ever do that to my cat. Then again, I'd be smoking pot in the first place. So who's to say? I can't judge this guy because I don't. I've never smoked up, so I can't say that I would put my cat inside. Maybe I would.
Who knows?
I don't know. I don't think my cat would enjoy it too much, but
But right now
she's 15, so she doesn't enjoy much of anything.
I have a couple of 8-year-old cats, and they still get hyper occasionally.
Well, my cat will let you.
The eyeballs will bug out of their heads, and they're like.
Round about midnight, she'll just fly across the house, and she'll start jumping on furniture.
When my parents come home from work, he'll do that. Like, first he'll snuggle up on my mom's chest, and then he'll go bug-eyed and run across the room. And he'll slide, too, because we have hardwood floors, so he doesn't get traction.
Well, we'll be right back with some more news.